Hello, my Capricorn and Capricorn rising friends. Sandra from foryourchi.com, and this is your monthly outlook with me for December of 2020. Welcome to it. I have a surprise for all of you. So for the month of December, I've decided to make all of my monthly video forecasts free, so you get all 12 houses here on YouTube, whatever holiday you celebrate. Happy holiday. If I list all of them, I will most certainly forget one. So whatever you celebrate, happy whatever that is, okay? I'm asking one thing in return, and that is to please forward this video to your Capricorn friends, or send it on, forward it on Facebook, tag your Capricorn friends in on it so that they can get in on these goods too. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do and hit the notification bell. That will automatically enter you in for my monthly drawing. Make sure you're watching the weeklies for your YouTube name, and make sure your settings are on public. If they're private, I cannot see the name of your channel on my end. And with that said, let's get to your first house, Deception and Envy. You know, I feel like we pull this card for Capricorn at least once a month in different places. So for some of you, this could mean that someone is trying to BS you, right? Pull the wool over your eyes. Pay attention to who comes into your world at the beginning of December. Usually it's the first week of December, who gives you some long story. And the story always ends in how they need help from you, Capricorn. And the reason they always need help from a Capricorn is because Capricorn always has their ducks in a row, right? You're rock solid, dependable, you're a hard worker, you probably have a stash or two of savings or extra food, or you know what I mean? I mean, you guys get the point, right? So somebody wants something from your stash here. Also, for others of you, this could be a jealous person who you come into contact with the first week of December. Watch out for this. Now, we have I pulled the Archangel Michael in the Oracle card, and I'm just laughing because this is so funny, but it's so very typical Capricorn personality, right? This is your life's purpose. So I feel like this message ties in for most of you, is like calling people out on their BS, right? If anybody can do that, it's a Capricorn, hands down. And you guys don't feel any guilt about it. And I can tell you that for sure because I'm a Capricorn moon, along with all of my Scorpio. So I feel like you're calling it out, rightly so. You want whoever these people are, or person, to be straight with you. You know, if they need help, they need help, but you don't need some BS story behind the ask for the help, right? And especially if they have ill intentions. This could be a problem. That's why you don't want to go along with it. Okay, your second house, balance. So second house rules finances. It also rules your stuff. So, you know, I feel like for some of you, maybe you've been holding on and you've been skimping on your resources because you are trying to put more money away, squirrel money away for the winter, or savings or something like that. So you need to strike a balance. Like, you know, don't spend too much, but don't spend too little. You know, you might need to ease up the purse strings just a bit because, quite frankly, there could be something you need in the month of December, right? Now, if you need to make a major purchase, you obviously should reevaluate it. But at the end of the day, if you absolutely have to have it, you know, there's not much that you can do about this. So unless you're a Capricorn that has some sort of big time Sagittarius in your chart, which is the opposite of Capricorn, the Jupiter aspect of Sag wants to spend everything, Go back to the Capricorn aspects of your chart and ease back the spending. There can't be too much and there can't be too little. This card says strike a balance, okay? Meet somewhere in the middle. Give yourself a compromise here when it comes to your stuff and your money. All right, now the Archangel Michael card says guarded and protected here, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yes, you have to balance the budget and do all that other stuff, but there is an element of protection here. Okay, I love that. And also, I'm getting the message that Archangel Michael is also protecting your stuff now and your property. If you feel like your property is unsafe, you can always call on Archangel Michael. Try to do it morning and night, so after you wake up and before you go to bed. Extra protection around your house, your vehicles, your property. And don't worry about it. After that, you don't have to worry. You just have to ask for the help. Okay, third house. Rules communication, but also rules siblings, so brother, sister, anyone you would consider a brother, sister, mental conflict. So they have some confusion here, your brother or sister. Someone is sending them mixed messages, or they're just confused about what to do next. So you may hear from them and they may try to ask your advice here in the situation. For others of you, you could be receiving some of this confusion from your brother or sister. Maybe they're sending you mixed signals. They're saying one thing and doing another, and you are going to want to get to the bottom of it because you're thinking that they're acting flaky, and that's because they are. Okay? Oh, all right. So we've got from Archangel Michael deck, admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. Okay, so this definitely is another calling the energy out card, but this is more of a coming to terms with the truth within yourself and then taking action as a result of that. Now, for some of you, I'm getting that this is directly related to the first card message here. This person could be your brother or sister that comes in with this big story, right? And for others of you, this certainly could be that your brother or sister is going through this right now and they need to admit the truth to themselves and they need to take a different course of action as a result of what's happening in their life. And you can be the go-to person for advice on that. Because let's face it, this isn't your first rodeo. Okay, fourth house, triumph here. Okay. So fourth house is where you live. It's your home. For others of you, this could be talking about your father or father energy, because for me as a reader, sometimes the father shows up in the fourth house. Now, triumph is what I would consider the Knight of Swords card, swift action, swooping in to take care of something. You're on a mission here with your house. It could be moving. And so you're in the midst of packing it up or, making a major change, a renovation. There's definitely lots of action here and work in the home. Your father could also be in this energy where he's working really hard to accomplish something or get something done. And how do we deal with this energy and lighten the mood? Archangel Michael is right on point here with sense of humor. This is kind of a cliche, but you do need a little downtime, Capricorn. When you're relaxing before you go to bed, take 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, watch some comedy that you like and enjoy. You're going to need to bring in the laughter and the humor here. Too much work and no play. What's new, Capricorn? Fifth house. Okay, so fifth house rules your dating life, also rules your social circle. Sometimes a child can show up in the fifth house. Emotional withdrawal simply says you're not going to want to be involved in a bunch of social gatherings in December. You're going to want to take some time out by yourself, quiet, alone meditation time. You may take a solo trip to a beach or a body of water to recharge here. That's okay. You definitely could use a break, even if it's a weekend or, a 24-hour deal where you just go and sit by a lake or something for a couple of hours in the afternoon. Now, here we go with the work, right? Work, and no play. This message here says decide to be happy now, regardless of what's happening in your dating life or not happening, regardless of what's happening with your social group or not happening. There's an element of deciding to be happy right where you are now. And this card talks about, be in the moment, like fully live this moment and bring in the joy. Because when you do that and you are in gratitude, the universe is going to offer you more once that vibration hits to a certain level of normal, right? Okay, 6th house. We're at the 6th house already. Let's see what this is. 6th house rules work and health. Well, you have hope that something's going to get better here. Something's going to turn around. And there's a reason why you have hope, okay? Because Archangel Michael is here to tell you whatever you've been concerned about with work or health, the situation is already resolved. So either help has already come to you or help is on the way to you. There is an answer that's on the way to fix whatever this is. Very, very good news, obviously. Now, of course, if you have anything acute going on, obviously see a doctor, right? See a doctor right away. Don't put it off. But if there's something chronic, that you've been working on fixing, I do feel like you are finding the answer, or you're on the path to finding an answer. So congratulations. Also, for those of you this is talking about work, great message. Absolutely great message. And I'm being reminded to talk about the Capricorn astrology. So in astrology, there's good news and there's good news for Capricorn. Number 1 is Saturn finally leaves your sign at the end of December. Saturn has been in your sign 2.5 years. So if you have been getting hampered for 2.5 years, you can better believe that it was Saturn. Although they say, the experts do, that Saturn is less invasive when it's in his home sign of Capricorn than it is in other signs that he doesn't like, right? But the other thing is, Capricorns and Cancer folks have been getting hit hard with eclipses for about the same time, 2 years plus. Now that eclipse cycle is over with Capricorn and Cancer, and it has moved on to Sagittarius and Gemini. So while you were getting hammered with Saturn in the father figure disciplinary type action, you were also getting hit with eclipse energy, which was bringing major changes to the areas of your life that you needed. But now, as long as you've made it through Saturn, at the end of December, you feel a weight lifted off of your shoulders. And Saturn's going into Aquarius. So that's great news. 7th house, choose wisely. This is a very unusual message to get, particularly with this Archangel Michael card that we're going to go into in just a minute. So this card definitely is indicative of a change, a choice. Now, you have several options as far as relationship, 7th house rules, primary relationship, but also could be business partnership. So as a result of this decision, the energy right now, you've got too much going on and you're too scattered, and you feel like you can't make a sound decision. Whenever I have a client that pulls this card, particularly in the 7th house, I always say get a reading with somebody that you trust so that you can look at all the options before you decide, okay? If you can put this off, I definitely would. But for some of you, you're not going to be able to put it off. Now, we got Archangel Michael is watching over your children. You could be in a position where you want to leave a relationship, but you're concerned about how it will affect your children. Archangel Michael is reminding you that your children are safe. Okay? They're safe. Do not be afraid to get out of any toxic relationship, because that's not serving you nor the children, right? I feel like there was another message about this card too. Give me just a second. Okay, so the other thing is, make sure that you're saying protection over your children. I know we talked about saying protection over your property. Obviously, it's more important to protect the children. I would definitely do that too. But, you know, this relationship is definitely tied in with children here. Protect the children. Do what you feel is right. Okay? And if you need a second pair of eyes to look over it, make sure you get a reading with someone you trust, or send me an email. My email address will be in the description box below with the instructions to book a private session. Okay, moving on. 8th house. 8th house deals with contracts, taxes, legal matters, the source of your significant other's income, and intimacy. This is a challenging card. So, you know, if you deal with contracts, they are going to be challenged in the month of December. If you have a tax or legal issue, that also feels challenging in the month of December. But for the majority of you, this card is talking about your intimacy issues. It's not going to be resolved in December. It will be resolved later on next year. Keep an eye out for your other videos that come out in the following months. Now here we go again. You and your loved ones are safe. So if you are worried about anything in the 8th house that I rattled off, and this could even be the source of your significant other's income for those of you that have that, they're telling you not to worry. I know the Capricorn does worry a lot to make sure that they have enough, or enough saved, or enough stashed. But, you know, I mean, you just keep getting the message, you're safe, and you're calling in the protection, or you're going to. So, you know, I mean, that's all you can do. And obviously don't worry, because the more you worry, the more you're pushing away that safety off. The higher power, God, source, the angels, the more you worry, they say, okay, let's give him or her something to worry about, because she's pushing the protection away, or he's pushing the protection away, right? That's definitely not what we want here. Okay, 9th house, prosperity begins. 9th house rules school, and it also rules travel. So the prosperity begins. A lot of times this is a message for a small business idea. I know that you guys got this message in the month or two previous. It could have even been October. Okay, so let's say for those of you who have already started the path to this small business, you may take a trip regarding this small business idea, or you may take a class to learn more about the subject of what you want to start up here. Either way, those are very good things. And if you have thought about either one of those things and haven't done it yet, here's your sign. Here's your confirmation. All right? Now, the angel card message here from Archangel Michael is focus upon divine and perfect health. So if there is travel involved, or face-to-face school involved, you don't want to obviously be cautious, right? But you don't want to get too caught up in the worry about getting sick. Take precautions, your masks, social distancing, all that. But at the end of the day, keep telling yourself this affirmation. I'm in divine and perfect health right now. I'm in divine and perfect health right now and always. Especially when a worry pops up. Okay, 10th house. 10th house rules your career, but also your mother. So for some of you, this is talking about career, and for others of you, this is talking about your mother or mother energy. Rejoice in celebration. So this is good news. It's the Three of Cups card in traditional tarot. There's definitely celebration. There's something to celebrate in December concerning your career, or also your mother could be celebrating something, or you could be celebrating something with her. You're on the right path. Archangel Michael is here to give yourself a pat on the back. So for some of you, this is talking about career. Keep going. Keep going. You may have doubted yourself recently. Don't doubt. You are on the correct path. Even if it has been difficult, if it has been hard, you are learning and you are pushing forward. Also, for your mother could need some encouragement that she too is on the right path. Okay? 11th house rules children, also rules best friendships, accelerated motion. So this card, I always call it the messed up lesson card. You could have a child or a best friend who is learning a hard life lesson right now. Perhaps they keep choosing the wrong relationships. Could be a Libra. Just saying. You may have to have a conversation with them about, maybe you should pick somebody different next time. Or they could always find themselves in the wrong situations because they're hanging around the wrong people, right? Or maybe they've picked a poor job or career path and they're learning from it. Now, this is definitely drama because I got the Archangel Michael card detached from the situation. So this is drama. Like, this person in your 11th house could be drama, whether it's a child or a best friend. They could always have some sort of drama to go on and on and on about, right? And usually it's something different every day. And sometimes it's multiple things. So, but the specific message for you is to detach from it and to encourage this person to detach from it, regardless of whether they listen to you or not. Most of the time they don't, especially if it's Libra. 12th house, moving on. So this is what happens in the 12th house is what's about to manifest. Look for it 3 months from now. So we're talking in March of 2021. Moving on. Moving on says you're coming out of the darkness into the light. I like this card very much. This is you like turning a corner, turning a new leaf. You're looking forward to spring. You're in a much better mood, place, and space in March than you are in these winter months of working your fingers to the bone. And Archangel Michael is here to encourage you in the springtime to write about your thoughts and feelings. So you could have had some epiphanies, or maybe you're getting some in the month of March, some aha moments, what Reddit has coined the term shower thoughts. You could be getting a lot of those in March, and you could be writing them down, and you actually could be publishing them in a blog, showing them to someone. These epiphanies that you're having could help other people, and particularly those people around you. All right, Capricorn. Oh, one more thing. So, I pulled 3 tarot cards of who I see around you in your 7th house of relationship, particularly because it looked like there were so many choices. You've got the water signs twice here, the 4 and 6 of cups. That's water sign. Doesn't surprise me that a Capricorn has water signs around them. So that's Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. You also pulled the Magician card here. Now the Magician card depicts all 4 elements on his table. This could be any sign, to be honest with you, but I always associate the Magician sign with a Scorpio. For me, a Scorpio comes up with the Magician card. I'm not sure why. Other readers they say it's different signs, but for me it's a Scorpio. So we've got water, water, more water, Scorpio, and then all of the elements. But let's face it, heavy water sign. Wouldn't surprise me if you guys have someone around you that is a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, or has those combinations heavy in their chart, their Venus, their rising, or their moon. Thanks for watching, Capricorn. Please share this video with your friends, and I'm going to be making playlists. You can share the playlist with your friends, and also look for your 2021 outlooks that I'm going to be posting very soon about your love, your career, and your money reading. Many blessings to all of you Capricorns. Thank you so much for being here with me.